everybody. Today is September 6th, 2024. It's right around 11:32 a.m. And I'll be reading from November 6th of this book, The Final Masterpiece. This is going to continue my reading. This will be reading number 11. And it will be from November 6th, 2022. And here we go. So I'm going to just head on over to that page. And it says 23, but again, that's a typo. I'm going to be going back in and editing all of these dates and confirming that they're correct. So this should say 11/06/2022. And here we go. I am the fourth man in the fire. There is no fire that I am not greater. Do not be led by your emotions when they contradict my word. Moses went up on the mountain where there were boundary lines. Had others gone beyond their boundary, they would have been out of my will. So it is with your emotions. Letting them rule more than my word and my spirit will lead you astray. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were not led by emotion. They made a decision according to faith. They changed the world. One act can change the entire way that people see my nature. It was not just about them being rescued or the king coming to know who I was. It was a theme I was building focused on the Lord is trustworthy. Satan's attempt has been to distort the image of my true nature. Even the stone tablets were an example of my love for the people. They, unlike the other nations, had a God who spoke to them. I was tangible, I was real, I was responsive, I created order, I approached them, I pursued them. All the idols of the nations were false. They are profane. I am other. Man's systems of religion has not changed that. I seek you. The demons behind the idols want a place of rest. They allure with promises. People open their hearts and minds and those demons come in. Habitation is what they're after, meaning the demons. My spirit also plans towards habitation. I, on the other hand, am a life-giving spirit. They take, I give. They torment, I bring peace. They deceive, I bring into the light. I am truth. This is a battle for habitation. To receive me is to receive freedom and life. Church does not make you free. Freedom is a spiritual transformation brought to fruition by me. When people think wearing special clothes gains them favor with me, they are deceived. That's a typo there. It should say special clothes, not social clothes. When people think wearing special clothes gains them favor with me, they are deceived. The priests in the Old Testament followed my commands in a certain way. There are no Old Testament commands now that require you to dress with special clothing. Holding your Bible doesn't make you holy. Giving money does not require me to pay you back with financial blessing. I am not your servant to manipulate. I give, in many ways, according to how I see the heart. You can make your rules, but they are not the rules I play by. My heart is always relationship focused. Do you think your communion time makes you holy? It does not. My blood did that. Satan even takes formalities to draw people away from me. Does the farmer away from society need an offering basket nearby to receive my blessing? No. Do not impose your cultural norms on people that are already free from them. Did I go about and expect people to throw money at me because I was the man of God? Who is serving who? I would rather that buildings would be empty and that people would invite me into the homes of their heart. I don't need buildings. I don't need fame-craving people on stage. I do need love for me to be in the forefront of your thinking. Don't wait on others to be the example you follow. Be the truest example of me that you can. Let my spirit do the work. Stop following man and follow me. Am I not the purest water? Is not my voice the best sound the assembly can hear? Do not look to systems to satisfy. They will not trust me more than earthly systems. People want to feel secure in them. It makes them proud that they are part of something. This is not how my kingdom works. What about love, humility, meekness, gentleness, the fruit of self-sacrifice, all these attributes that go beyond the gifts? Do not despise gifts and do not neglect bearing fruit. Do not expect others to be what you are not yourself. Believe me more than what you expect from those around you. Put your eyes back on me. Wealth will not bring you happiness. How do I know? I have made it this way. I'm going to say that again. Wealth will not bring you happiness. How do I know? I have made it this way. Identity is best found living in my presence, abiding in my nature, letting me do the work through you. When you do not abide, you don't have life to give. You don't need a different sermon every Sunday if you let me take first place. Is the Sunday teaching more holy than me? Is the service more sanctifying than me? Is the fellowship more fulfilling than me? They all have their place, none of which are more valuable than me. Sunday and what they expect it to produce is an idol in the way in most places. It is given more homage than me. Do not religious expectations of man drag you into bondage? I would that buildings be empty and hearts be filled. No amount of sermons will fill you up. I am bread. They will say, but you must. That is how you get fed. I will tell them, you have been deceived. Sermons are not meant to fill you, for only I am bread. Messages of preaching and teaching are there to remind you of me and point to me. They are not to make you dependent on man as though they are your bread maker. I am bread. I am like spiritual manna coming down from heaven daily. I am your bread. I also am to be bread for those that speak for me. You are not to be herded like cattle to buy books and to support them. I can support my leaders without them prostituting themselves to cater to the wishes of the immature bride. They become like Satan, providing false promises so they can enter your pocketbooks, and they extract the money that should be used elsewhere. This takes discernment. Do not buy false promises, full of teachings that leave you focused on money. I have already given you myself and the scriptures. Do not be used by those that want security for their own life. Not being dependent on me, they have chosen to establish their livelihood on false gain. I have seen through it all. My people have also believed false promises for want. They would rather drink false promises than the way my living water flows. I bring life and flush out evil. I will clean them, but it will not fulfill their false promises. I am the well that never runs dry. Drink of me today. Thank you for listening. And if you hear God's heart, you can tell that he just wants to rip things away from his people that aren't really what's best for them. That's what I hear in what he's saying. He's saying don't rely on all these other things. People, teachings, formalities, services, false promises, wealth, all these things rely on him. There's a few typos in there, and I could definitely read this a little bit better. But thank you for listening today. This is reading number 11 from November 6th, 2022, from my book called The Final Masterpiece. This book is 19 of my books compiled into one book. And you can find that on Amazon, purchasing a paperback book. It's about 500 pages, or actually more than 500 pages. And then also there is a PDF version in the link in the section on YouTube, there where you can find all the links. Okay, thanks so much. Have a great day.